Coming up on News Valdosta, 2 men are arrested after pushing a squad car into an electric box.
And severe weather has caused flooding in Alabama and Florida. But how are we affected?
Stephanie Salone will give us a look at weather, and Ariel Hairston will bring us local sports. News Valdosta starts right now.
Welcome to News Valdosta. I'm Shelby Mitchell.
And I'm Kayla Jordan. Hunger is a major issue that is now being addressed in South Georgia. Did you know the state of Georgia was recently ranked 4th in the nation for childhood hunger? Second Harvest of South Georgia is asking you to help beat that statistic. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, nationally, almost 16 million children suffer from limited access to food. Second Harvest is a nonprofit organization that helps provide food for the less fortunate. Last year, Second Harvest raised 100,000 pounds of food during one donation drive. Now the organization is asking for volunteers May 10th for the Stomp Out Hunger for Food.
Valdosta police arrested 2 young men yesterday after they reportedly pushed a police squad car into an electric utility box. It happened during a traffic stop at 2200 Pin Oak Circle when an officer noticed a car with 2 passengers who weren't wearing seat belts. When the car came to the roadblock, police say the driver and passenger ran from the vehicle and left the car's gear shift in reverse, and that caused the vehicle to push the squad car into the utility box.
Police say the officer quickly arrested both of the men. 19-year-old Jonathan Gilbert is charged with marijuana possession, seatbelt violation, driving with an expired license, failure to yield to an emergency vehicle, and interference with an officer. 24-year-old Calvin Stacy is charged with seatbelt violation and interference with an officer.
The storm system that caused massive damage in the Midwest and southern states has moved through Valdosta with no ill effects. This storm has caused major flooding in the Gulf areas of Florida and Alabama. Local meteorologists in Pensacola, Florida recorded 20 inches of rain in a course of 24 hours. This amount of rain caused major flooding in the surrounding areas. The Red Cross is asking for people to send donations to help out storm victims in affected areas, but so far this area is safe.
During the summer months, the City of Valdosta sprays city public areas as one method of prevention. But before they spray those insecticides, they use research on areas where mosquitoes are more prevalent. Here's the story. With the recent heavy rains and warmer months approaching, Valdosta residents can't help but dread the return of mosquitoes. There is a limit to what can be done about the aggravating critters, but the City of Valdosta and Valdosta State University have partnered together to get citizens through the summer months.
We use 2 types of traps. We use a light trap and we use a gravid trap. The light trap apparatus uses a light as well as dry ice. The dry ice is used to mimic humans breathing carbon dioxide, and it draws in the mosquitoes. If you have any standing water in your backyard, potted plants or anything like that, make sure you dump it out because you're just breeding mosquitoes. So if you don't want them in your backyard or around, those are the best places to look for any kind of water sources.
There are a number of ways to avoid mosquitoes around certain areas and biting.
Well, first of all, if you can avoid being out in the habitats where the mosquitoes are at the times when they're most active and they're trying to find somebody to bite, that's your best bet. But if you have to be out, then try and cover yourself up as much as possible and use repellents, ones that have the active ingredient DEET, and it's clear on the label which ones those are, and those are the best ones for keeping the mosquitoes away.
Valdosta residents are reminded to use cautious measures and the safety tips provided today to ensure mosquito control. For News Valdosta, I'm Kayla Jordan.
When we come back, Moultrie police investigate the robbery of a handicapped man.
And could the Internet Explorer browser pose a danger to your computer? Stay with us and find out.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you were really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
Valdosta State University.
Quality academics.
Caring faculty mentors.
A beautiful campus.
Opportunities for involvement, leadership, and service.
Championship athletics, spirit and pride.
Discover your opportunities.
Valdosta State University.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
Moultrie police reported a physically disabled man was the victim of a home invasion and robbery early this week. Police say a weekend burglary in Moultrie resulted in the ransacking of a handicapped man's apartment. Investigators say 43-year-old Henry Richard was in his apartment sleeping when 2 robbers broke in around 6 o'clock Sunday morning. Reports say the intruders confined Richard to his wheelchair and put a sheet over his face so he couldn't identify them. Stolen items included a television, computer, and cash. Police say Richard wasn't harmed in the conflict and that their investigation is continuing.
The Department of Homeland Security is advising against the use of Internet Explorer. Researchers discovered an IE bug that allows unauthentic remote attackers to release malicious bugs onto your computer and access your private files. As of now, Homeland Security is unable to combat the bug and suggests people refrain from using the browser until further notice. Until then, security experts recommend using browsers such as Google Chrome and Firefox.
Valdosta pastor Wayne Hughes hosted a National Day of Prayer for families, military personnel, churches, and schools today. The National Day of Prayer is usually held at the historic Lowndes County Courthouse Square, but due to rainy weather, the service was held indoors at First United Methodist Church in downtown Valdosta.
410 Lowndes County residents have already cast ballots for candidates in local and state offices in what's now called advanced voting. Citizens can choose local candidates for county commissioner or county school board. At the state level, you can vote in the Democratic or Republican primary for the U.S. Senate. Georgians now have 4 weeks to vote for these offices before the primary election on May 20th.
You can visit South Georgia Medical Center today for a free skin cancer screening at Lewis Smith Memorial Hospital. It is being held at the Perlman Cancer Center from 6 to 7 o'clock tonight. Call SGMC to register.
Recent heavy rains have caused local storm drains to clog. Debris such as branches and wet trash are becoming caught in drain pipes, preventing proper water flow. Valdosta stormwater operator Curtis Wade and his crew are working to prevent any further blockage or prolonged effects. Residents are encouraged to report any blocked storm drains near their homes to the city.
The heavy rains are also creating problems for local plumbers. Many plumbers say it can take up to a week to fix the plumbing problems that customers have contacted them about due to the rain. Septic tanks have been a main issue and cannot be reached due to high standing water. Customers as well as plumbing businesses are asked to wait because relief isn't expected until this weekend.
The Maceo A. Horn Learning Center will host an event tonight from 6 to 8:30 at the Learning Center. MEGA stands for Making Exceptional Gains Academically, and students will be honored for their academic success through the school year. Door prizes, food, music will be provided, and local colleges and military recruiters will be at this event.
The Lowndes County Civic Center will hold a community yard sale this Saturday. The event is free of charge and is sponsored by the Senior Corps Volunteers and the South Georgia Partnership to End Homelessness. This gives people in the community a chance to sell or buy different belongings.
Up next on News Valdosta, Stephanie Salone tells us what to expect in weather.
So stay with us.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who do something, the people who take action, are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
Valdosta State University.
Encouraging.
In-depth inquiry.
Hands-on experience.
Service and involvement.
And a global view.
While offering
a beautiful residential campus.
Over 100 fields of study.
Graduate and online degrees.
And championship athletics.
All in a warm and friendly community.
Get connected and involved.
Do more, become more.
Valdosta State University.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
Goodbye, April. Hello, May. So does that mean April showers won't continue into May? Let's ask weather anchor Stephanie Salone if sunshine is in her forecast. Stephanie?
Thanks, ladies. No, Shelby, the rains aren't quite gone yet. I'm sure this dreary weather made us all feel like sleeping in once we heard the sound of rain. So far today, we've seen a slight drizzle outside. Be sure to keep your umbrella handy. The high for today is expected to be 74 degrees, and we'll continue to see showers and scattered thunderstorms throughout the rest of the day. Tonight will be cloudy with occasional rain showers. We're expecting a low of 60 degrees. Tomorrow, expect showers and thunderstorms in the morning, which will continue as steady rain in the afternoon. Try to limit outside activity because the rainfall will be almost half an inch. The high will be 65 degrees, and temperatures will drop at night to a low of 56 degrees. On a good note, we may see some sunshine this weekend, with no chance of rain. That should brighten everyone's day. The UV index is a 3, which is very low, so no worries about dangerous sun rays. Today's pollen count is a medium at a 6.9. The allergens are oak, hickory, pecan, and mulberry. The rain should help keep our pollen levels down. Anyone with allergies, be sure to take your allergy medicine before you leave the house or keep it handy. That's all I have for your weather. Back to you at the news desk.
Coming up, we'll have a look at what's going on in local sports with Ariel Hairston.
So don't go away. Welcome back. Let's turn to Ariel Hairston for our rundown on local sports. Ariel?
Thanks, ladies. Judd George and Grayson McLeod are the two Lowndes High baseball standouts who signed commitments Tuesday. George signed with Florida State College in Jacksonville, Florida, while McLeod signed to Gordon State College in Barnesville. The two right-handers give Lowndes a total of 5 college signees, with 2 more expected as soon as next week. Valwood's varsity baseball team will play a series of games this week. If weather permits, the first will be tomorrow at 6 p.m. against Westwood School at home on Monday. The Valiants are set to play Southland Academy at home beginning at 5 p.m. A conference game against Southwest Georgia Academy is scheduled for 6:30 Monday at the Valwood Stadium. Valdosta State softball player Courtney Albritton has been named the Gulf South Conference Player of the Year for the third straight season. She leads both the Blazers and the GSC in nearly every offensive category. Albritton has tallied 97 putouts and 13 assists this year and has done all of this without committing a single error. The Blazers will be up against the West Georgia Wolves today at noon in Coleman, Alabama to start up the GSC tournament. You can register to be a part of the South Georgia United and Valdosta soccer group this summer. It starts June 1st at the Boys and Girls Club in Valdosta. All games will be Tuesdays and Thursdays, and recreation and competition leagues are available. Teams can have as many as 6 players per roster. You can either bring your own team or register as an individual. The registration cost is $50 and the sign-up deadline is May 6th with all payments due by June. That's all for your local sports. Let's go back to the news desk.
Thanks, Ariel. Coming up, what's the value of a college education? That and more coming up.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back to our Thursday edition of News Valdosta.
A local nonprofit organization is showing students the value of obtaining a college degree. Did you know that people who graduate from college usually earn more than $1 million over their lifetime compared to someone without a college degree? It's true, and that's the message that State Farm Insurance Company and the Maddie C. Stewart Foundation want to drive home in Lowndes County. And what better way is there to drive the message home than with a bus? This week, local school systems are hosting the Choice Bus, part of a nonprofit financial literacy program for middle and high school students. The bus exhibit shows what happens in terms of income when people choose college and then when they don't. The bus is at Valdosta Early College today and will appear at Lowndes Middle School on Friday.
Who will be this area's new Woman of the Year? That's the question the Valdosta Women's Club will answer Saturday morning when it honors the 57th winner of the title. 5 women are up for the title, including Janice Blanchard, Victoria Copeland, Alice Devane, Allison Bass Eubanks, and Jataria Thomas. Each candidate represents a major local women's organization. This year's ceremonies will be held at the Valdosta Country Club.
It's not too late to celebrate the Relay for Life. Reporter Erica Bacon has more about this weekend's festivities.
Thanks, guys. I'm standing right here in front of Valdosta Middle School where on Saturday night, Relay for Life will take place. Starting at 7 p.m., the general public is encouraged to come out and fight against cancer. There will be an opening ceremony where caregivers as well as survivors will give their victory lap in celebration of overcoming cancer. At 9 p.m., there will be a luminary ceremony which will honor those who have lost their battle with this disease. For the remainder of the night, there will be games such as scavenger hunts, dancing contests, and costume contests for the kids. There will also be music and food. The event will officially end at 7 a.m. on May 3rd, right here at the track. For News Valdosta, I am Erica Bacon.
Well, that's our show for today. I'm Shelby Mitchell.
And I'm Kayla Jordan. Thanks for watching.